So we'll begin on the mat in a seated position. If the legs crossed works for you, feel free to do this. If it feels a little tight in the hips, you can sit up on a bolster or a blanket, or even sit up on the knees. And just allow the eyes to close. Lengthen the spine tall, reaching the crown of the head up to the sky. Slightly tuck the chin under just to lengthen through the neck. Soften the shoulders. And take a deep inhale. And a complete exhale out of the mouth. So you inhale through the nose, fill up the lower belly, the upper belly, expand through the chest, sternum rises, sip in through the lips like you're sucking in through a straw to sip in just a bit more. At the top of the inhale, pause. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go out through the mouth, create some sound. Full inhale. Really let this be the biggest breath you've taken all day. Fill yourself up. Open mouth, exhale. We're going to begin with our Sufi grinds, linking some movement to this breath. So this is a rotation in the upper body. Lead with the breath. So as you inhale, bring the chest to one side and in front in a semicircle. As you exhale, send it back to complete the rotation. Use your hands here to help anchor you as you rotate, and just let this feel good for your own body. So there's no right or wrong way to move here. We're just beginning to warm up through the hips and the base of the spine. We're just continuing to explore how the body feels here in this very moment. What sensations are alive for you? Just watch and notice them. If there's a place in this rotation that feels more sticky or dense, you can feel free to pause there. Send the breath there. Finding a place of stillness, reverse your direction. And just allow the head and neck to be loose and roll wherever feels good. No tension here, nice fluid and free movements. Warming up the body, sending the breath all the way down into the seat, through the side bodies, front and back. Taking your time, come back to stillness, really pressing down firmly through the sit bones, lengthening through the crown of the head. Settle into your seat, grounding down. Bring the palms open to the sky. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, really lengthening tall. Exhale, turn to the left, bringing the right palm to the left knee. Left fingers anchor behind the hip. Using this groundiness in the hands, inhale, grow tall through the crown of the head. Then as you exhale, just take a very gentle spinal twist. So each inhale, you're lifting and lengthening through the spine. And then each exhale, you're using your hands to twist from the navel out through the rib cage and shoulders. No need to strain the neck, just allow the eyes to be in the same perspective as the sternum. Inhale, sweep the arms back up to center, lengthen tall. Exhale, turn to the right, left palm to the right knee, right hands plant. Inhale, like a string is pulling you from the top of the head, lift. Exhale to twist. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, wringing yourself out like a sponge, just cleansing with the exhales. One more inhale here. Complete exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center, arms sweep up, lengthening tall, bring the palms to touch, and exhale the hands together to the heart space. Just take a moment to set your intention. Take a moment to really tune into this solid, peaceful connection that you have. Shifting out of thinking and really coming into the heart space. Gently blink the eyes open Plant the hands firmly in front of you. Use your core to lift the hips up and over the legs to find your way to a tabletop position. Stacking the shoulders up over the wrists, knees directly under the hips. As you inhale, lift the tailbone high. Drop the belly low. Lift through the head and the chin. Complete inhale here as you arch the spine. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, rounding through the spine. Press through the hands to create a space between the shoulder blades and tuck the chin to chest. Complete exhale. Inhale, lifts the tailbone, drops the belly low. Look up, pressing the sternum out through the biceps. Exhale, rounds the spine. Really press and use your hands to create that space and puff up the back of the heart. And move here to the rhythm of your own breath. So allow your breath to guide your movements without holding the breath at any point. Maybe close the eyes and really become vibrantly alive within each vertebrae of the spine. Feeling it as it shifts from one position to the next. And really drawing your awareness not only to the end points, but to all of the in-between moments. On your next inhale, come to a flat back. Bring the big toes to touch, knees spread out as wide as the mat. Sink the hips back to the heels and melt the heart down for a child's pose. Forehead touches the earth here. Feel free to gently rock the head side to side. Just encouraging all the small muscles on the face to relax. Encouraging the mind to settle down into stillness. And with each inhale, imagine the back body ballooning up to the sky. The back of the rib cage expands. Each exhale, the hips fall heavier towards the heels. Just allowing the body to feel heavy, completely released. Muscle tissue is soft. Beginning to walk the hands off the mat and over to the left. Allow the forehead to then rest back down. If you want to go deeper, you can bring that right palm over the back of the left hand, stacking the hands, and then really sink that right hip back into the heel as you reach through that right pinky. Inhaling, allowing the breath to weave through the rib cage, expansive through the oblique and shoulder. And a deep exhale. Really following the breath as it washes in the body, filling yourself up. And as it cleanses and releases, coming back to center, take a breath there in the middle, and then begin to walk the hands over to the opposite side, this time to the right. Reach up and out with the fingertips, and then settle that left hip back towards the heel. If you stacked the hands on one side, stack them again just to invite the balance into both sides of the body. Release through the forehead and just focus on the breath. Continuing to focus on your intention. If you chose a word or a short positive phrase, a mantra, you can repeat it in your mind with each inhale. This is an internal chanting, a mental rehearsal to really keep yourself here in this present moment. To really keep yourself in this body, in this breath, in this practice. Inhale, come back to center, press through the hands and let your inhale lift you up to a tabletop position, shifting the knees back under the hips. Tuck all 10 toes under, let there be a gentle micro bend in the elbows and draw the elbows together as you lift the knees just an inch to a hover, strong body, full inhale. As you exhale, lift the hips up and back, sink the heels to the earth for your first down dog. And just invite any intuitive micro movements that feels good for your body. Most often we like to pedal out the heels here to open up through the back of the legs. Maybe you want to shift your hips side to side. or gently shake the head out. Just move with your breath, close the eyes, and continue to explore your inner space. Notice what sensations you can pick up on and just follow them, so you can move in a way that's both nourishing and supportive to self. Coming into stillness on your inhale, glide forward to a high plank. So stacking the shoulders up over the wrists here, drawing the heels away from the head, and then exhale, lift the hips up and back. So this is the space you want between hands and feet. Inhale, come high on the toes, roll back forward into your high plank, leveling out through the hips, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to high plank. We're going to flow here to the rhythm of your own breath. Exhale, shift it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, slowly, mindfully come to your high plank. Hold here. Exhale, release the knees, chin and chest to the earth. Draw those elbows into the side body. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the chest. So we're rolling the shoulders together and back away from the ears for a baby cobra. And then release the chest back down. Inhale lifts you up, flowing to your own breath. Very lightweight in the hands here. Tuck the tailbone under to take it out of the low back. Exhale, release it back down. Inhale, rise, baby cobra, lengthening through the neck. Exhale, release. Press through the hands and knees, tuck all 10 toes to find your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bend the knees, stack the hips. So you're lifting this right hip up over the left, reaching that right kneecap to the ceiling, and your right heel over towards your left glute. Maybe draw some big circles with this kneecap. And as much as you're reaching that kneecap to the sky, check in with that right shoulder blade or that right shoulder if it begins to lift, and just level it back off with the left, really grounding down through the shoulders. Inhale, extend that leg long. Exhale, release it back to the earth. Inhale, the left heel sweeps to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, stack the hip. Creating those large circles again, checking in with the left shoulder. Moving with your breath. Just imagining water coming into the hip, allowing it to be really fluid and free. Make sure you reverse the direction, getting equal movement on both sides. Inhale, sweep the leg long, squaring off the hips, and then exhale, place it back down for downward facing dog. Slowly walk your feet forward towards your hands, coming to a standing forward fold. So your feet are hip width distance apart, gentle micro bends in the knees, and then just allow the top body to hang heavy. Your arms can dangle, or you can take ragdoll like I'm doing here, reaching for opposite elbows. Or if your hamstrings feel really tight, you can also press your hands into a block. Just allow your top body to be heavy, drawing the crown of the head towards the earth, and find your breath. As much as we're opening up through the back of the legs here, we're also lengthening the spine nice and long, releasing through the entire back. Release the grip in your hands and inhale, lift your chest up halfway to a flat back. So you're lengthening the spine here. Exhale, hinge and fold. So we're flowing to our breath. Inhale, palms to shins, lift up halfway to a flat back. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, strong core, flat back, lengthening the crown of the head away from the tailbone. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, we'll rise up halfway to a flat back one more time. Wiggle walk the feet out wide, 45 degrees out with the toes. Press down through the heels as you sink your hips to our yogi squat or malasana, bringing the hands together to the heart space. Gather the shoulder blades together, so squeeze them to broaden out through the collarbone and lifting out of the top of the head to lengthen the spine. You can always sit on the block here or widen your stance if you're having a difficult time reaching the heels to the earth. And press those elbows out through the knees. Releasing the hands, inhale the hips up high, take a wide forward fold here, and then inhale, rise up halfway, strong core to wiggle walk the feet back to hip width distance apart. Hands to hips, strong core, rise all the way up to a stand, and release the palms open for mountain.